The best part of a natural processed coffee is the first sip. After that, it got nothing left to say. Unfortunately, that's the way I've been feeling for the past couple of weeks with this natural process Costa Rican coffee. I've been trying to give it a shot. I even have a white honey that's okay. There's things that I've learned from it in the Ethiopian African coffee. But this one's Costa Rican. I usually don't tend to get Costa Rican coffee much. There's one of them, though, that's just blowing my mind, and that's why this is a little ironic, so to speak. I'm a washed coffee drinker most of the time. That's what I like to drink. That's what gets me out the bed. Well, other things get me out the bed, but coffee-wise. And those are the things that I've been fighting for the very longest. From the very beginning, I was a natural process type of dude. I couldn't get enough of that kick of that fruit-forward coffees. I just couldn't believe that coffee can taste like that. See, washed coffees are a little bit more subtle, but then later on they start presenting themselves. You have to pay attention to it a little bit more. But here, this one just tells you exactly how it feels right from the get-go. I think that's where the problem starts. I roasted this coffee as a light roast. I roasted it as a medium roast. Not a medium roast, not yet. From time to time I have. But I roasted this as a dark roast. This application that it is right now is a dark roast. You would think that it'll be a lot better than the light roast. Probably slightly better, a lot more sweeter, especially on the tail end of it. But when you initially drink it, as I'm about to do right now, it doesn't do anything for me. You'll get that first hit of fruit. Yeah, wow. And then it gets elusive. It just goes down that wave and it's just like, wait, come back. I'm not done with you. And then I keep sipping, getting that initial excitement of the coffee, and then it dies down. Fruit forward most of the time. Sometimes a lemony type of taste depending on the coffee. But I had really high hopes for this Costa Rican coffee. And I think that's where it lies, the whole story with all of this, is that these are my preferences. These may not be yours. You may like that initial introduction of amazingness and then a letdown after that. Again, that sounds like a dig, but that's more so the way that I'm describing this coffee, the way that I think about it, the things that I like about it, the things that I don't like about it. Those are really where I'm getting at. You may think they're exciting. You may think that they're delicious, which for the most part, it is initially for me, and then it just dies down. And I think that's where we're at with coffee sometimes. Sometimes when we come back to something, we want it to kind of bring us back to the reasons why we like it. We want to think about how this coffee is going to make us be more exciting for that day. Or just having that moment where we're just like, this is where it's all about. This is what makes me feel like happy, curious, and all that good stuff. I know I may sound like a crazy person talking about all this stuff about coffee, but it's there. It's real. I'm not exaggerating here. That's what I feel most of the time with coffee. But as I sit here with this Costa Rican natural coffee and how it doesn't do it for me, it's perfectly fine. It's not so much that I'm mad at the coffee. It's just more so that my palate has changed. That could be it too. When I did like naturals at first, probably my palate was young. Probably because initially those type of flavors were something I never tasted before. I'm not too much of a wine drinker. But that combination of a black coffee or a coffee in general, tasting so fruity, just intensified in your mouth, that was revolutionary to me. I just couldn't believe that coffee had so much personality up front, that it was saying something to you. And now as I sit here, letting the coffee cool and drinking it from time to time, it doesn't do that for me anymore. It doesn't excite me as much as it did before. An ironic part about it is that before, I was using tap water. I was predominantly using the Hario V60, sometimes a French press. And that was it. That was it. Now I have gear out the wazoo, playing around with water chemistry. I understand quite a bit about coffee and logistics and happiness and wild and extraction and all that good stuff. I've learned a lot about all that stuff. So now that I'm coming from it from a different place, a experienced place, at least now I can see exactly why it works, why it doesn't work for me. And I think that's where we're at with all of this, really. Why does something work for us? And that's the beauty of this particular cup right now. I've talked about it a couple times, but in this particular cup, I want the story to unfold. I want the coffee to start subtle, get more exciting, get a little bit more sweet, and then interesting from here to there. That's my ideal special coffee, specialty coffee. But there's been many times where it has surprised me in different ways, so where it's like, I didn't know that I was going to like that. And now this particular coffee, the way it is presented to me, the story's already told. Especially that initial sip. And like I said, it's fleeting. It's something that's trippy too, that you want more out of it. And there is a little bit of appreciation there. But I want more out of the coffee for myself. Those are more so the situations that I'm dealing with right now. I want more. I want things that are going to be exciting. I want things that are going to tell more of a story. And I wonder if it's just a natural coffee thing, where they kind of just hit you right up front and then they dissipate down. Is it in their nature just to act that way because of the processing, the way that we usually drink coffee? What is it about naturals that just don't really gel the same way as what I remember them to be? I just want more. But then again, I start to think about the appreciation of coffee. Like, you don't have to like everything about coffee. But I do think you need to know exactly why you don't like it. You don't have to express it to the world. As long as you express it to yourself, write it in a journal. Do a video like this where you're explaining why you like it and why you don't like it. Read the notes on the bag. Understand that possibility that if you see those notes on the bag, you're probably not going to like it. See how it's processed. Don't let it just be at one natural processed coffee. Try a couple of them. Brazilians don't count. Sorry, Brazilian coffees. They're a different beast. Chocolate forward, sweetness, availability. Those are just a different type of beast. I don't really consider those too much natural as much as people think that they are. It's just a different type of coffee. But I guess really what I'm saying is that try, test, see what's out there for you. See what really works for you. Because that's really what it comes down to. It comes down to you and your palate, especially even at that time. Probably you're also into wine, or you're probably not, or you're probably getting into different things later on, and you're still drinking and loving coffee. Probably the different types of foods and cheeses that you're interested in. Probably you're going through like a midlife crisis. I don't know. You? But those other things also probably have a determination of how you feel and how you interact and how you taste coffee. Beyond the gear and the understanding and all that. Take those also into consideration. Well, at least for me, I don't really get down with naturals anymore. It's been a while. I've come back to it. Roasted as a light, a dark. Just doesn't do it for me. Really doesn't. That's not a dig. That's just honesty, and that's just appreciation of what you understand about the particular coffee and why you like it. You know? An ironic part about all of this, kid you not, top 2 is a Costa Rican natural coffee. Bozo Black Honey. It was even more intensified on that, on the palate. But then it started to get sweeter, get more interesting. It was interesting from light, medium, and dark. That's really one of the first times that I've ever really truly tasted sweetness. I think that's a story I've already told. But I can keep talking about that coffee. And I think that's what I was looking for in this particular coffee. Something that reminded me of something of greatness. Something that I knew exactly why I liked it. This not so much. This is not fair. And that's fine. This could work for somebody else. Somebody else could be like, you're crazy, Oki. Smoking crack. This is delicious. This is amazing. This does exactly what I need and want it to do. That's perfectly fine. It's not a dig or a hatred towards you. It's just you just knowing what you like. And I think that's the biggest kicker in all of this, really, is that as long as you know exactly what you like and the reasons why, that's all that matters. So don't let my dislike for something or anybody else's dislike for something deter you for what you like. If you like naturals, like them. You may like them because of that very thing that I mentioned just now. That initial fruit bomb hit right in your face. That's perfectly fine too. As long as you know what you want to do with it and enjoy it. That's all that matters. Talk to you later. Bye.